Thanks for staying with us. You're watching WION The World. I'm Adhya Juneja and this is Speed News. Let's start with all the stories making headlines today. Iran's chief negotiator Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf said that the Strait of Hormuz will be administered by Tehran following US-Iran talks in Switzerland. Notably, Iran and the United States agreed to step up communication lines to keep the vital shipping route open and end fighting in Lebanon. Well, this after their first round of talks in Switzerland towards ending the conflict that has engulfed the West Asia region. Iran has pushed back against claims made by US Vice President J.D. Vance that Tehran had agreed to allow international nuclear inspectors into the country. Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesperson Ismail Baghei stated that the country's engagement with the International Atomic Energy Agency would continue strictly under existing safeguards, obligations and domestic legal frameworks. US President Donald Trump said things are working out very well with Iran right now, but reiterated that all options remain on the table if Iran does not comply with the agreement. The United States has suspended sanctions on Iranian oil as Trump has cleared Iran will agree to have weapon inspections to ensure nuclear honesty long into the future, echoing comments made by his Vice President J.D. Vance. A major explosion at Qatar's main liquefied natural gas processing facility has claimed the lives of 13 people, while 66 people were injured. There were 12 Indian nationals among the people dead in the mishap. The explosion occurred late on Sunday night in Qatar's Ras Laffan industrial zone, with witnesses reporting a loud boom along with a plume of smoke rising from the area. Qatar Energy Minister says what happened at Ras Laffan was an accident and not an aggression or sabotage. The blast reportedly resulted in an explosion and fire at Barzan local gas supply facility. The ministry has cleared that there's no leak posing threat to public safety. India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar has expressed deep sorrow over the loss of lives and injuries, including Indian nationals, in the explosion at Qatar's Ras Laffan industrial city. Well, he said that the government of India is closely monitoring the situation, while the Indian embassy in Doha remains in continuous contact with Qatari authorities. Ukraine said it had hit a plant producing electronics for missiles in Russia's border Voronezh region. The Russian's region governor said 5 people were killed and dozens injured in the attack. The missile assault on the city of Voronezh, announced by the Ukrainian military, was the latest blow to Russia's defense industry inflicted by long-range strikes. The Ukrainian General Staff said it had used air-launched cruise missiles to hit the facility, which it described as a critical component in Russia's defense production in the city less than 200 kilometers from the Ukrainian border. Ukraine has signed a contract with Germany for the purchase of 600 air defense missiles. President Volodymyr Zelensky said the issues of anti-ballistic missile interceptor production and supply were discussed during his recent meeting with President Donald Trump on the sidelines of the G7 summit. 3 people were killed in a shooting incident at a hotel in Canada's Montreal. The rare daylight attack, which has sent shockwaves throughout the city, claimed the lives of a police officer, a civilian and the suspected gunman. The incident unfolded on Monday in a Jewish neighborhood, which housed kosher markets and restaurants. Police say the gunman, who was dressed in military-style clothing, opened fire from inside a building with a long gun, killing a police officer. The police then returned the fire, killing the gunman. According to reports, a civilian also died in the shooting, but it wasn't immediately clear who fired that shot. Police say a senior officer was also seriously injured in the shooting, but it is in a stable condition. Keir Starmer has finally bowed to intense pressure to stand down as British Prime Minister. Starmer's announcement also invited a reaction from US President Donald Trump, who said that Starmer was not Churchill, criticizing him for failing to support the United States in its conflict with Iran. Trump claimed that Starmer had really hurt himself over energy, immigration and his handling of relations with Washington. Trump called Starmer a lovely man before accusing Starmer of mishandling Britain's energy policy by failing to exploit North Sea oil and allowing windmills all over the place. New details are coming out in the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie, mother of U.S. presenter Savannah Guthrie. Reports say that a ransom note was sent days after the abduction claimed she had died. The note was one of 2 addressed to her family and sent to media the days after her January kidnapping. The first demanded millions in Bitcoin for her release, but the second stated that she has died. According to NBC News, the second note did not contain any apology or request for payment for the release of her body. The existence of the note was known, but the contents, especially that it said Guthrie had died, had not been previously disclosed. While Guthrie, the mother of the Today Show co-anchor Savannah Guthrie, was reported missing from her home in Arizona on 1st of February. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un vowed to ramp up the country's military buildup. Kim cited the growing military cooperation between the United States and South Korea as the reason behind the move. Kim stressed that strengthening the nation's military remains a top priority amid what he views as an increasingly challenging regional security environment. Police and military forces clashed with anti-government road blockers in Bolivia. The president declared a state of emergency on 20th of June to remove roadblocks that had paralyzed the nation for more than 6 weeks. Former Bolivian President Evo Morales announced Monday that the temporary breakdown of the final roadblocks have choked Bolivian thoroughfares for weeks was a part of an ongoing protest against President Rodrigo Paz. In Albania, hundreds of protesters braved stifling weather to protest the country's government and controversial plans for a luxury resort on the country's coast. Protesters marched through Tirana, demanded systematic reforms and the resignation of the government. A wave of protests has hit the Balkan country since the start of June, and nightly protests are now in their 4th consecutive week. Protests broke out initially over a planned luxury resort linked to Jared Kushner, the son-in-law of U.S. President Donald Trump. In the weeks since, the demonstrations have broadened to a movement against what protesters described as a broken system. In a key diplomatic engagement, India's National Security Advisor Ajit Doval met with Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi on the sidelines of the BRICS National Security Advisors meeting in New Delhi. According to the Ministry of External Affairs, both sides reviewed recent developments in bilateral relations and acknowledged progress towards the gradual normalization of ties. NSA De Waal emphasized that stable, predictable and constructive relations between India and China are essential for building trust and fostering greater understanding. The ministry described the talks as constructive and forward-looking. In Uttar Pradesh, 15 people, mostly students aged between 16 and 25 years, died in a tragic fire incident in Aliganj area of Lucknow. The fire broke out at a coaching center operating above a shop, triggering panic among students. Most of the deaths were caused by suffocation. The blaze reportedly erupted inside the institute building and spread rapidly, trapping people inside. It was a shopping complex with coaching, game zone and showrooms in it. While probe has been ordered, Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath said that the culprits will not be spared. The Indian government has amended the rules for receiving foreign funds, requiring NGOs to choose from predefined list of purposes and their area of operation in a Gazette notification. The Union Home Ministry also said any association having foreign nationals other than those of Indian origin as its key functionaries will ordinarily not be considered for grant of resignation, registration or prior permission to receive foreign funds under the Act. The amended rules carved an exemption allowing the government to specify such cases through an order in which foreign nationals may be permitted to be key functionaries of an association for registration or prior permission under FCRA. As part of the Fit India movement, Union Minister for Labour and Employment and Youth Affairs and Sports Mansukh Mandviya took part in a cycling by the sea event in Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala. The event began from Chakka ITI and concluded at the scenic Shankumugam beach, drawing participation from fitness enthusiasts and local residents. Visual showed participants cycling along the coastal stretch, highlighting the message of fitness, sustainability and active living. The Indian Meteorological Department says that the southwest monsoon has further advanced into more parts of Maharashtra, bringing much-needed rainfall to several regions. Parts of Mumbai also witnessed showers as monsoon activity picked up pace across the state. This year, Maharashtra has faced a prolonged wait for the monsoon, with residents grappling with intense heat conditions and worsening water shortages in several areas. With the rains now setting in, the IMD says monsoon activity is expected to gradually strengthen in the coming days. Uber's board of directors is facing a new shareholder lawsuit over alleged failures to address safety and compliance issues. The case was filed in a San Francisco federal court by shareholders led by the Detroit Police and Fire Retirement System. They accuse Uber's management and board of ignoring repeated warnings about sexual assault and harassment complaints involving drivers. Now, the lawsuit claims these failures contributed to thousands of legal cases against the company. Social media platform X suffered a major global outage on Monday, affecting thousands of users across several countries. According to outage tracking website Down Detector, the problems began around 9 a.m. Eastern Time. In the United States, more than 25,000 users reported issues at the peak of the outage. Canada recorded over 3,400 reports, while the United Kingdom saw more than 9,000 users report problems. Asian markets traded lower as investors reassessed expectations for more aggressive U.S. Federal Reserve rate hike. MSCI Asia Pacific Japan fell 0.5%, Japan's Nikkei lost 0.6%, and South Korean stocks dropped 2%, while Taiwan hit a fresh record high. Wall Street weakness, led by technology stocks, added to cautious sentiment. The U.S. dollar remained near a one-year high as traders increased bets on further Fed tightening, weighing on risk appetite across regional markets. Gold prices were little changed as investors monitored U.S.-Iran peace negotiations and awaited further signals on global stability. Spot gold held near $4,191 an ounce, while U.S. futures edged higher. However, expectations of a U.S. Federal Reserve rate hike in December continued to limit gains, as higher interest rates typically reduce the appeal of non-yielding assets like gold. Traders are now watching upcoming comments from Fed Chair Kevin Warsh and key economic data for clues on the policy outlook. The US dollar remained strong as investors increased bets on Federal Reserve rate hikes, pushing Treasury yields higher and supporting the greenback. The dollar index held near a one-year high, while the Japanese yen hovered close to its weakest level in 4 decades against the dollar. Markets are also watching for possible intervention by Japanese authorities to support the currency. Lionel Messi has become the leading scorer in World Cup history. Messi, widely regarded as the greatest of all time, scored twice as Argentina beat Austria 2-0 on Monday to book their place in the last 32. Messi struck late in the first half in Texas, finishing coolly with his famous left foot after a sharp team move. The goal took his World Cup tally to a record 17. Messi has equaled Miroslav Klose's all-time mark of 16 World Cup goals when hitting a hat-trick in a 3-0 win over Algeria in the holders' opening game. The 38-year-old then put the result beyond doubt deep into stoppage time, weaving past defenders before firing home his second of the night. Erling Haaland scored his second World Cup brace in a row as Norway beat Senegal 3-2 on Monday to punch their ticket to the last 32. Norway substitute Marcus Holmgren Pedersen struck late in the first half in New Jersey before Haaland doubled the lead shortly after the break. Ismail Assar cut the deficit for Senegal, only for Haaland to punish more slack defending. Norway have moved through to the knockout rounds with a game to spare. Manchester City forward Haaland now has 4 goals in 2 games at the tournament. Norway have lost only once in their last 18 matches and will take on France in a compelling battle for top spot in the group in Boston on Friday. France also eased to a 3-0 win over Iraq in a game delayed by 2 hours by a severe storm. Kylian Mbappe marked his 100th cap by scoring 2 more World Cup goals. Mbappe opened the scoring in the 14th minute and added another 9 minutes into the second half, with Ousmane Dembele getting the other goal for the tournament favourites in Philadelphia. Mbappe moved to 16 World Cup goals in his career, 2 behind Lionel Messi, who set a new record of 18 goals by netting twice for Argentina against Austria earlier. The match had to be altered at halftime as a huge storm passed over the city. Having started in dry conditions, torrential rain began to fall late in the first half, and supporters were told as soon as the halftime whistle was blown to exit the open seating area and seek shelter in covered areas. Pop superstar Dua Lipa and actor Callum Turner has given fans a glimpse into their lavish Italian wedding. The singer has shared a series of stunning photographs. And following a private ceremony in London this May, the couple hosted a grand 3-day celebration in Sicily. Lipa wore a spectacular custom Chanel haute couture gown, complete with crystal and feather embellishments. Indian actress Samantha Ruth Prabhu and her husband, filmmaker Raj Nidhimuru, are expected their first child together. Sources close to the couple confirmed the news, revealing that the baby is due in December 2026. The announcement arrives amid a hugely successful period for the actress, who is currently celebrating the box office success of her latest feature film, Ma Inti Bangaram. Well, just a reminder to our viewers, in India you can watch all 2026 FIFA World Cup matches on Z5. Tune in and catch all the action live.